Hello drummers, welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how you can expand your e-drums kit. These kind of kits normally come in a kind of a standard setup. This one, which is a TD17 KVX, for example, came with a hi-hat, snare, kick, tom-tom number 1, tom-tom number 2, floor tom, crash number 1, crash number 2, right cymbal. Of course, this is more than enough to play drums. But at some point, if you want to have some more fun with it, you might want to add some extra pads or cymbals. First of all, the first thing you need to do is to check if your module has some extra aux connections available. This one, for example, has only one, which I used to connect this flash right here, which actually used to be a hi-hat cymbal from another drum kit. But what if you wanted to add some extra pads which you have no connections available for? Well, at that point you can use a drum splitter. A drum splitter is something like this. As you can see, it has the shape of a Y letter. This because the idea is to go from one connection to two different sounds, one of which you can move on an extra pad, for example, that you want to add to your kit. To do so, you're going to need to have at least one dual trigger pad. What is a dual trigger pad? It's a pad like this one, for example, that has two different triggers, so two different sounds, but has just one cable. So with one connection, you are able to make two different sounds depending on the part of the pad that you are hitting with your stick. So the idea with the splitter is to take one of the two sounds and move it to another pad that you're adding. How you can connect this and gain this extra sound? Let's have a look at it. So let's take, for example, the tom-tom number 1. This one is a dual trigger pad. What does it mean? It means that if I go on my module in the function assign, where I can decide what sound I want to link to each trigger of the drum kit, I will be able to have a different sound for the head of the drum. If you see, it says head on the top right, or the rim. You didn't see, but I hit first the head and then the rim. As you can see, you can put two different sounds. One important thing is to take off the flag from this box. Otherwise, if the flag is on, you're going to manage the sound of both the head and the rim together. So by changing it, you're going to change the sound of the whole pad and not just of one trigger. So let's say now that I want to add this extra pad here because I want to have a cowbell or a small snare in this position. What I need to do is take the splitter and I'm going to connect this part to the cable that used to be connected to my dual trigger tom-tom. I disconnect and I connect here. Now I have two parts and I need two cables in order to link the head of the tom-tom to the tom-tom because I want to keep that sound here, and then I need another cable to connect this other part to the pad that I'm adding. So here is the cable for the head, which is this one, and here is the cable for the extra pad, like this. So now, still paying attention that here the flag is off, you will see that I have now a sound for the head of my tom-tom number 1, which I'm playing now, and a sound for the rim, which I moved to this pad right here. In this case, I've put, for example, a snare in this position because it's quite nice to have one, but of course you can put whatever sound you want because this pad is now completely separated from the tom-tom. So you can put a snare, you can put another tom-tom, a cowbell, some kind of percussions. You have hundreds of different sounds. Of course, if you want to add even more pads or cymbals, you just need more dual trigger pads or cymbals that you can split by buying other splitters and cables so you can split your sounds. So we can say that we're not actually adding any sound to the drum kit, but we're just reallocating the available trigger sounds to make it cool. As usual, if you have questions or you want to leave a review to this video, please do. I will get back to you. So thank you very much for watching and subscribe to my channel.